Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Bezoge token. So I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure you check that out before watching this one. Pretty much everything that I said in the last video came to fruition, and there were guys in the comments who were saying that Bezoge is almost never going to have a pullback, pretty much is what I got from their comment. But as you can see, what goes up must come down. So let's get into the charts. And now we have set this fib in the last video, and I think we were somewhere around the 1.414 area. And I said that our next target is going to be over here at the 2.414. And as you can see, what happened is we exactly got to that target over there. And from there, we had the pullback. Now, let's see where the pullback took us. I gave you some support levels. And when I give you support levels, I always tell you to not buy all in at one support level, because after you buy in, the price can dump even further. So then you still have some money to buy into the dip. And if it dips further, you can buy into the dip as well. Dollar cost averaging is one of the best investing strategies in my opinion. Now, as you can see, we lost the 786. We came down all the way down here to the, even out of the fib. I do think we came down below the fib. Yeah, now we obviously lost the fib over here, but my last support was over here at 006988 is the last six numbers that I'm going to be calling out in this video. So 006988, and we lost that support level, and now we're below it, and we're losing the 20 EMA just a little bit. Now, what I would look into is I would look into buy orders and a bounce off of the 55 EMA, okay? Now, what is the reason that we had this pullback? You can see how overextended we were over here. Let me just bring out my brush. Where is the brush? There we go. So you can see how overextended we were over here. And when that happens, you typically come back down the same way you came up, right? So if you come up hard, you crash hard. And is this a massive crash? I wouldn't. Well, actually, 66% is pretty hefty in my opinion. Yeah, a similar thing happened with SparkPoint, but SparkPoint is a low cap project, so it can do those things. It can move more volatilely. But Bezoge has a larger market cap of around about $600 to $700 million. And right now, what you want to do is you want to get above the 20 EMA. Now, if you start printing a bearish cross with a 10 EMA crossing the 20, I would say that you can look at support at the 55 EMA at least, okay? And you can buy off the 55, because in my honest opinion, this pullback is healthy considering the kind of move that we had over here. So this is nothing compared to what could have happened, right? Or what really bad pullbacks look like. This is okay comparing to what we had, right? If we didn't have this enormous move to the upside and we had such a pullback, that would be questionable. That would be that would make me go like, well, why does this happen? Any FUD, any bad news potentially? But here we just had a nice rally up, and then we had the pullback because early investors who were buying in at these numbers want to take profits, right? Because from here to there, that's a I forgot this dextools.io chart doesn't work properly, doesn't show the percentages, but that's a lot of money. Just trust me on that one. So what do we want to do right now is we want to start setting some fib levels to see how far down can we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fib retracement, and we're going to take the swing high over here, right? You take the swing high and you take the previous swing low. So we do have a swing low over here, this red candle. So what we've done right now is we placed the Fibonacci retracement with the targets to the downside, right? So what we've done right now is we've held the 786 over here. And the 786 over here is a nice support level because we've been wicking to this area 3 times, and you see some buying pressure from this area. So this means that if the price goes down to this area, a lot of people think that this is cheap enough for them to buy this token. So this area has a lot of support, okay? And if we start losing this area, this would be the last support, I would say, before we come back to the 55 EMA, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the daily chart. Then we have the golden ratio over here. That would be 0.08003. So potentially, if we start reversing, we can create a lower high and come back down into the downtrend. But I don't necessarily envision that. But we might just, it would be healthy to consolidate for a little while. So right now is the best way, or the best time, to start dollar cost averaging into a project. So you don't want to be buying when you're doing like these crazy candles, right? You don't want to be buying these crazy candles over here. You want to be, what you want to be buying over here, these candles. And I know it's hard to time the market, and I know when it's pumping hard, you think to yourself, well, is it going to come back down? 9 times out of 10 it does, and it comes down even lower than you thought it initially would, right? So if you bought in over here, now you're sitting at a loss. But if you bought in over here and it pulls back a bit more, that's not too big of a loss, and you don't have to wait that long until the project starts coming back up, right? I'm not an expert or anything, and I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but buying at these lows is the most smart thing to do, or the smartest thing, I should say. And as you can see, the daily RSI is for some reason glitched. I don't know what's happening with it. It's really weird, but hopefully it's going to start working soon. I don't know if it's working right now, but it seems that it's acting a bit weird. I don't know. And the stochastic, is just over here in the down, in the oversold for some reason. Let's jump into the 4-hourly chart and see what's going on over there. Okay, so over here, the stochastic is in the oversold, and the RSI is sitting at 47. So I think the RSI is going to start working properly soon as well on the daily chart. So yeah, we're forming, we got the bearish crosses on the 4-hourly chart, but now we're, slowly getting above the 20 EMA, and the 10 EMA is pushing us up, and we've started hitting our head on the 4-hourly 20, and now we want to try get above it. Once you get above it, our next target is the 55 EMA. Now the 55 is above. Why is it above? Because you had a bearish cross, because the EMAs follow the price action. If the price candles are down here, the EMAs come down to them, hence why you create these bearish crosses and why the 55 EMA is now above. This is a downtrend. Once the 55 EMA is above the 20, that's a downtrend. If it's in reverse, that's an uptrend, obviously. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for the chart. The oscillators, I don't know if they're working properly, to be honest with you, but we're in the oversold on the stochastic right now because we've started this little uptrend over here, but I wouldn't, necessarily be selling any tokens right now. I would wait for the next move up, potentially. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to check out my fundamental review on Bezoge Earth, there is going to be a link at the end of this video. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. We do have a Telegram chat and a Discord server as well, and we do have a Patreon with exclusive content, low cap gem calls, my buys, my sells, and all that great stuff. So feel free to check that out. If you decide to support me and invest in the Patreon group or in the Patreon itself, then I will make sure and do my best to make sure that your investment pays off very well. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.